And you can see like these guys are just happy here, and the guys that have to switch like the big full concaves or even the halves, they're just looking over and say, well, when do we get the other concaves here for the other combine? So it's good crew here. It's fun to deal with them, and it's cool to see the feedback. You mind if I film it? You guys putting these things in?
Go ahead and go get a picture of Dad struggling too.
Yes. Now we're doing the full series. That's good.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna need my impact. Set it over by my combine.
So that was a pretty big statement here. He just said they did 2 combines with 1 person, while 2 people switched over concaves in 1 combine. And you know, these guys run quite a few acres here. They have 4 combines on the go. That's a pretty big statement for them. And now 2 of them are going to go into cereals with stripper headers. The other 2 are staying in peas. And now, depending on the weather, they may switch back and forth now on the crops. And switching back and forth now, again, is minutes. Like, look at this operation here, hey? There's 4 combines right here. Okay. Like, they got a few acres to cover. And then if you do custom harvesting, for example, you know, we have custom harvesters that sometimes say, well, if the weather screws you up and you're in the northern USA, where it's not just wheat everywhere around you, you may have to pull in the chickpeas, you may have to pull in the peas, canola all of a sudden. You know, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota area, or, you know, Washington, Western Canada, well, boom, here you can switch things around. Or even we have people doing cereals throughout the day, and when it gets tough, they just change the front position out for canola, and they do canola all night. You know, that's huge benefit to those kind of things. And you can see like these guys are just happy here, and the guys that have to switch like the big full concaves or even the halves, they're just looking over and say, well, when do we get the other concaves here for the other combine? So it's good crew here. It's fun to deal with them, and it's cool to see the feedback. Give me 1 second here. Sure. I'm just going to open this up. 1 second before you pull them. Have it. Pardon me?
Or cover plates, I mean.
One more roll in though.
Okay.
For the stripper head. I didn't take the ones out over here because I just left them the same. I wasn't going to. These are a pain over here. I got to move my auger bed up too. Don't forget you got to do yours too.
See when.
Now. You may need a punch. Oh no, there you go.
Oops. It didn't stick like the other ones. It is.
Don't close it up. Pull that auger bed up over there.
Can you do that again, Travis? Just a quick second here.
Yep.
Can you
Take
pull
two.
that out? That insert? Yeah. Pull it out. Pull away. And now put it in. Awesome. There you go. Just a second. Just a second. You know what? I'm gonna do this here. Okay.
The only thing I'll say is now after having them in here for a little bit,
Yeah.
I don't know how yours are made. My bolts are a little bit harder to get back in. I don't know why. If there's gunk in there or what.
Your bolts, you gotta slam it up.
I did that, but it helps.
Yeah, it'll be a bit of, there will be dust in there and paint rubbed off.
That's it. I was just to say, it's minor.
Yeah.
That's the only.
You want them snug, obviously.
And that's why those punch holes are in there,
Yep.
because you will need a punch every once
Just
in
to
a while.
pull them up.
Yeah.
Stick it in the middle hole and then.
Like ours are built stronger so they don't bend, but the OEMs they will spring a bit.
Well, being smaller like this too, smaller pieces, it's stronger too.
Just make sure all my tools are put away. Yeah, just the drawers and stuff. I think that's it.
Yes.
I gotta go make sure you drive off.
There's more pressure part on this than the one.
That's the hard bit.
You got this, or I'm gonna go put my auger bed up and I'll put your antenna.
Yep. So this is a real life test here, switching concaves. Now we're putting our hard thresh insert in the first position, and as you can see, it's our hard thresh insert is like a normal 225, but in every second row has every second hole blanketed off to have more crop hitting the threshing bar, but still have an opening for the free grain to get away, because we don't want to create a cover plate, because we don't want all the negative effects that come with the cover plate in the over threshing of that. And then in the second position, currently for barley with the Shelburne stripper header, we're putting a 375.
So there's like a real life test here. They had some peas, 17% peas.
We have to thresh a bit
And
harder.
they also scraping
We can put a normal 225 in the second position.
So you see with these
So
round
that's the
bars
first test
here.
we're going to run here. Here we just put the O grades out
on there.
We got 2 machines
Found
here
some
with
mud
matte
here.
concave split frames, and we got 2 other
Right, that
machines
makes
here
it really
running with
hard then.
OEM setups. They had round bars in. Now they're switching to a bit more aggressive one in the front positions because they were having too much trouble threshing peas here, too much rotor loss. So they're changing their OEM concaves to other ones, and then over here we're putting in the different type of inserts because these other 2 machines are going to go with shelper and stripper headers.
And you guys pull those auger bed slides up? Yes, sir. Yep, on one side. You got those plates right here, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, one on that side, I believe. Up.
Remember where I set my impact.
You don't mind being in a Hollywood production, do you?
It's fine. I've been in some of them before.
There you go.
A couple of YouTube things here and there.
So these guys here are not just running a large grain farm, they also have cattle. Used to be in the dairy business back in the day, so they certainly know what hard work is and what busy means, and appreciate anything that saves you time, you know. And then on the other hand, they're also involved in an agronomy business and a precision planting business where it's all about precision all day long. And you know, I talk about precision harvest a lot, and we all talk about precision seeding, precision planting, precision spraying, and it's time for us to think more about how do we get these efficiencies that we talk about for planting and spraying, to get these efficiencies involved into our harvesting conditions, our harvesting decisions, and how we harvest and how we operate. Because you can see how much time we can save and how much more grain we can put in the bin. They figured yesterday our O grades versus the other concaves, there was a yield advantage there, or a grain loss advantage, you know, easily from 2-3 in the worst spots, over 5 bushel per acre grain loss difference. And that's out of the rotor in some tough peas. Where usually you look at peas and you think, dang it, these things are threshed out in the feeder house, they just have to fall through a big opening, right? But the reality is, if you have some tough straw with that, a little bit of mud, a little bit of sand, right? That's tricky to do. So that tumbling effect of the O grade made all the difference. And that's not me yapping, you know, that's strictly coming here from the farmers, for drivers very experienced in the field. And again, it's not just machinery people, it's also professional agronomists that are looking at the bigger picture of this. And then here's the other point of switching big concaves. How many tools do you need? How many tools do you need for all the bolts here.
These are going to concave help.
He just said these things are going to go to concave hell because of the sheer size. But here's the thing, like, how many tools do you need to switch large concaves full size? You know, doesn't matter the manufacturer, or playing with cover plates. You have to, some of them you have to shift around left, right, and then farmers are telling us you never know how far you have to shift them and how many you have to put in. There you go. Yeah. Bit of a mud from last night.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, these are going to concave hell because they don't belong in heaven. That's for sure.
Bit of elephant shit.
Yeah.
There, you got to take this off here, and then you need a wrench and an impact, and maybe a punch. Get the inserts out. Okay. So the hammer is there from something else, but the reality is, look at the difference of the amount of tools that you need. Just around this here as well. All the tools. Look at that, we're in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, they bring a few more parts home, but you know, including concaves. Here. We got our O grades here. Here, bringing parts home with a skid steer, and then our concaves are nicely in the back of the truck. There we got 225 in here for cereals, but the O grades here, finger grades for canola, some tougher peas, okay, all sorts of fun, and you can all transport them just like this here. Nicely on a pickup truck. So we have concaves here for multiple configurations in this little area here. And then here takes up a bit less space, I'd say. And another breakfast for champions. With some cheap hotel waffles. Ginger life. Okay, we made it to the strippers. Got one shirt change behind us already, because it's humid today. So here we are. Oops. Here we are, doing some stripper header harvesting today. So they usually run wire concaves with extra cover plates in it. So it's an S-series combine here, as you can see. And what they usually do, they told me, is they run in the first position concave. They run 2 cover plates, or bands as you may call them. Okay, so what they do is the first concave they have completely blocked off, and the second concave they put a cover plate or a band in like the back side of that concave. So you have to imagine the first one is completely blocked off, Then the second one, the first half is open, the second half towards the back is closed off, and then the third one is completely open. And the reason why they do that is because, again, you're not getting the material in the combine you usually get, and therefore the standard recommendations from the manufacturer is to fill it up with cover plates so you get more aggressive threshing done. Now with Mad Concaves, you know already that we don't produce cover plates, and it's a bit of a swear word with us. And we have customers running stripper headers for years already with our setups, not using cover plates. What we have going on today is we have our hard thresh insert that I showed you earlier, that we now have in these combines in the front position and the second position, and we want to see if we can get a capacity increase on this, or overall how they're actually going to work. Now we want to see how they actually work in the field to see if that makes a difference, because at the end of the day, if you don't have to mess around with cover plates and get more capacity out of these things, more free grain, less cracks, that's the goal of today.